Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio, streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Monday, July 20th, 2026. Good evening, I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. Dozens of residents gathered in front of the Pahrump Nugget Saturday morning to voice their opposition to the possibility of large-scale data center development in the valley. In fact, it was a day of nationwide protests. Those that came out say they're concerned about the long-term impacts on water, power, and quality of life. News 25's Jillian Talk has the story.
On Saturday, July 18th, residents lined Highway 160 in front of the Pahrump Nugget, holding signs and waving to passing motorists as they took part in a peaceful protest against proposed data center development in Pahrump. The demonstration brought together community members who say they want county leaders to slow down the process and fully evaluate how data centers could impact the community before any major projects move forward. Similar concerns have been raised in recent weeks as developers continue exploring opportunities in southern Nye County.
And Marianne, what brings you out today?
To support everyone who opposes the data center for many reasons, not just water and the noise and the drain on our health, etc., but also the location. It adversely affects the Mountain Falls area. It is right across from Mountain Falls, and this is just a conceptual drawing of just the administration building. And they claim that they will make this blend in with the desert landscape.
Many of those attending the protests say their biggest concern centers around water consumption, energy demands, and preserving the rural character that has attracted families to Pahrump for decades. Supporters of the protests also encourage residents to stay engaged by attending upcoming public meetings and learning more about the proposals and information becoming available.
All right, we're here with Arthur, who has some information he would like to talk about the data centers.
Well, truthfully, we always need data. Ever since I'm 80 years old, so we always need data. But the problem out here is the people have been bamboozled. The problem that causes this data center, the people that are a pillar of the community that are not speaking up, so they must have something connected to the data center they're trying to put here in Pahrump. So if these people are interested in this piece of dirt that we call Pahrump, they're going to have to fight for it, because the young folk who grew up here are selling you out. So that's all I have to say.
Throughout the morning, drivers honked in support while protesters carried signs expressing their opposition to large-scale industrial development in the valley. Organizers say their goal is not simply to protest, but to encourage greater transparency and public participation before decisions are made.
So what do you think the next step should be to prevent this data center from becoming reality?
Well, I believe that we should probably have some type of environmental protest because of the endangered species out here that are affected, and to make sure that the state and the governor's office understand that we truly don't want them in this part of the state because of our water concerns down here, and that we believe we're already overdeveloped.
Nye County Commissioner Ian Bain also attended Saturday's demonstration, speaking with residents and listening to their concerns. Bain has previously stated he believes residents deserve a voice in determining the future of the community and has encouraged continued public involvement as discussions surrounding the data centers continue.
Me and Commissioner Jabbour had just spoken about maybe putting something together. He wanted to hear from the public. I think that officially, the last time this came up and it failed, the reasoning for it was that the commissioners had not heard from the public that they don't want this. And I've heard some people say on the all 9 people have counted who want data centers in town. They said, well, we haven't heard enough pushback against data centers. So that's kind of why all this is going on. So just call into the meeting. I have a petition, ianbain.com, if you want to sign the petition to support banning data centers. We're also putting these out. Dry Creek Saloon, you can go there and sign the petition. The golf cart place, I think at 1330 West Calvada, you can sign there. If you don't want to do it online, that's fine. We just want to be able to present to commissioners, here are all the thousands of people who don't want data centers. So if you don't want a data center, please sign the petition.
As discussions continue, county officials are expected to hold an additional public meetings and forums where residents can ask questions and provide feedback regarding future data centers proposals in Pahrump. News 25 will continue following the story and provide updates as they become available.
And our coverage continues on this important topic. News 25 wanted to get local reaction from residents and concerned citizens on the data center and the protest. Dwight Lilly, who you just saw in that previous story, sat down with us. He's an informed podcaster. We spoke with him recently. News 25, Chris Palermo, we have a very special guest, Dwight Lilly. This is the Eye on Nye County. We've got issues we're talking about, and we will be bringing some politicians in, but specifically these next couple of segments, this is part one of a special 2-part segment with the man about town, our pundit, Dwight Lilly. Dwight, welcome to News 25.
Well, thank you, Chris.
We brought you in here because, well, we're going to talk about specifically data centers. Real hot button issue, right? We had a meeting a nationwide protest. Right?
Yes, a lot of people showed up for the protest, and there was a meeting at the library right after that where a woman was given information about the data centers. People came down to that. Okay. You know, Chris, what the issue is here, there's a lot of fear because of a lot of unknowns. People get afraid when they really don't know what's going on, how it's going to affect the water situation.
What are the mechanics of it that people are getting hysterical over? We've heard things maybe even that the output would be some sludge coming out too. So tell us, tell the folks what the concerns could be.
Well, yes, one of the concerns is that water, if you have a closed loop system for a data center to cool the data center down, they put like antifreeze and different ingredients into the water to kill any microbes, to keep the machinery well oiled and everything. And some of that is carcinogenic, is what they're reporting. And so when they have to purge that system on some sort of a regular basis, when the chemistry, I guess, gets to a certain degree, is what happens to that purged water. And again, we don't know because we haven't been told what the proposals are. We have 2 data centers that are already in the, going through the system right now. Tell us what is it? We just want to know. And I think the fear factor, and then a lot of people, get on the bandwagon that we don't want any data centers. I think, and I've said this before, what we don't want to do is get something that's bad, but we don't want to call something bad if we don't know it's bad. Because there's a lot of advantages to data centers going forward, and it's happening, and it's a matter of how it's done. And I think that's the most important question on people's minds. How's it going to be done if it is done here?
All right, now listen, if I'm going to intake some carcinogens, it's going to be through some grilled meats or maybe my cigar. I'm going to have some pleasure doing it. Let's talk about, before we went on the air, we talked about Ian Bain, had a little powwow, a little confab. What went on there?
Yeah, well, with Ian Bain, he's put a proposal together that he just doesn't want any data centers at all, and he's put a lot of information. He has a petition drive going on, and evidently he's gathered hundreds of signatures on the petition drive, and he just says no data centers. And there was a item on the July 7th commissioner meeting for that, to just completely ban all data centers for townships in Nye County that didn't have an elected town board. And that didn't even get a second. Ian Boyan made the motion and didn't get a second. Commissioner Jabbar says, I want to know more. I just don't know. And that's what I just was talking about. We just don't know what the proposal is, so let's find out what the proposal is. But Ian is pushing full forward with a complete ban right now. And we'll know on, I believe it's August the 4th is a hearing for that to completely ban.
We have something on August 15th coming up too, don't we?
Yeah, I think there's like a proposal to have data centers, and then there's a proposal not to have data centers.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to have a continued segment again on News 25 later this week. You have a online podcast, the Lily Pad. How do we find that, and what is it?
Okay, well, it's me, and I developed that, and a friend of mine put that. I'm not technically, I'm technically challenged, Chris, so he put together the layers and all that in that. And what I do is I do research, and then I come out and say what the results of the research are.
Great.
And you can find that on my Facebook page, Dwight Lilly, DWIGHTLILLY. Just go to Dwight Lilly, and you'll see the videos on there. And I always put a notice ahead of time, there's going to be a video coming up, then I do the video, and then I end the video, and they run about 15 to 20 minutes generally. I try not to go over that.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Dwight.
You bet. Thanks, Chris, for having me.
Coming up, Mikey Roohan has sports. Romy has a triple-digit weather forecast. You're watching News 25.
In a wreck and thinking about dealing with the insurance company yourself? Stop! People represented by an attorney get more than 3 times the money than those who don't have an attorney.
Murder and rope is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
We love you, Pahrump. Thank you for making the Auto Plaza #1 in Nye County. We are incredibly grateful for your support and proud to be serving our community now for 20 years. Whether you're looking to replace or service your vehicle, consider this. We offer dozens of new GM models in cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus hundreds of the highest quality pre-owned vehicles for sale in Southern Nevada. Our all-star service team is here to keep your vehicle running in tip-top shape. The factory-trained and ASE certified technicians here can work on most makes and models, and we carry the latest in diagnostic and preventative maintenance tools to get the job done. Visit PahrumpCars.com to check out our current selection of vehicles, schedule a service appointment, or even order factory accessories for your ride. Don't forget to stop by the Auto Plaza and get a free alignment check before you hit the open road, or visit PahrumpCars.com.
If you've been in a recent auto accident, don't ignore the extent of the injuries. A 30-mile-an-hour accident creates up to 3,000 foot-pounds of force to the spine, equivalent to falling off a 2-story building. At Pahrump Spine and Wellness, we offer a complimentary exam and consultation to determine the extent of your injuries. We also work with 5 of the best injury attorneys here in Pahrump. Why drive to Vegas? We have state-of-the-art facility right here. Time is money. Don't waste it on the highway. Get the best care and legal advice here in town.
Home improvements can add value to your home and even save you money. How Fine Handyman is your gold standard. A trusted name here in Pahrump for over 7 years. We specialize in custom carpentry, vinyl wood planking, ceramic and porcelain tile, painting, staining, and kitchen and bathroom remodeling. Prompt, reliable, reasonably priced, and ready to get the job done right the first time. Call How Fine Handyman Services today at 775-764-9256. That's 775-764-9256.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering purpose and belonging well earned. Fighting and winning for our nation and its people. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment is visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful. Always Marine.
$10 million in a pedestrian accident, $5 million in a car accident. These are just a few of our recent results.
Hurt in a wreck? Need a check? We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo, and thank you for listening to the radio simulcast on Ace Country 103.1. The Las Vegas Aces are heading up north to Toronto. Mikey Roohan has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Conor McGregor confirmed he suffered a torn right ACL in his shortened UFC 329 fight against Max Holloway. McGregor said he also suffered meniscus damage in the July 11th bout that lasted 1 minute and 9 seconds. That's a tough way to spend fight night. Most people wait longer than that for nachos at T-Mobile Arena. I wonder if Conor is going to challenge the MRI machine to a rematch. With 9 teams finishing 3-1 in the 2026 NBA Summer League, the Boston Celtics earned one final consolation game Saturday night at the Thomas & Mack Center against the Orlando Magic. In a fast-paced, physical matchup, Boston got points from all 13 active players, but Orlando held on for the 103-97 win. Everybody scored for Boston, which is great, except the scoreboard only lets one team win. Spain are now world champions once again. They defeated Argentina 1-0 Sunday in the FIFA World Cup 2026 final, capturing their second World Cup title in history. Somewhere soccer fans are celebrating, and somewhere else, someone is still trying to explain what stoppage time actually is. The Toronto Tempo will be without their head coach Monday as they host the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces will look to take advantage of the situation as Toronto tries to snap its recent slump. If you're going to play the Aces, having your head coach is generally considered one of the better strategies. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. We've got a great cool-off idea from our celebrity chef, Felicia. She's got a nice, refreshing cold drink, very easy to make. Coming up, you're watching News 25.
I'm Arlette Newvine of Newvine Law, your local personal injury attorney. If you don't know who to trust with your case, you can trust me. Voted by my peers within the Nevada Justice Association, I have been recognized as Nevada's 2026 Rising Star of the Year for my dedication to civil justice. When you've been in an accident, you deserve just that, justice. Lawyer up in Pahrump with Newvine Law. Call or text 775-235-HURT. Attorney access guaranteed.
Loving your Valley Communications internet?
Now you can share it.
We're introducing our VCA referral program.
So when you refer a friend who signs up,
you get a free month of internet.
Good internet is better when shared. Refer a friend to VCA. When they sign up, you receive a free month of internet. Learn more about the referral program at valleycom.com. Valley Communications. Local, affordable, reliable.
Horizon Markets are a one-stop shop for convenience. Are you wanting to enjoy a hot cup of coffee and a pastry? Needing some fuel? Or want a simple refreshment or snack? Come visit one of our 6 Horizon Market locations near you. We also have the loosest slots around town with over $1 million in payouts. You will get Pahrump's hometown value where convenience and low prices meet. So no matter who you are, you'll find your Horizon in Pahrump.
The Mental Margarita Show is not your average variety show. Hosted by Jersey Doll and Slycat, features the new music and stories of independent artists, entrepreneurs with their expert advice following their dreams, community leaders making a positive impact around the globe, and visits with celebrity guests sharing their stories and inspiration. Tune in and watch the Mental Margarita Show every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on KPVM channel 25.1.
These are our wetlands, where nature's heartbeat resonates, inviting us to reconnect and explore. Wetlands provide for our basic needs, storing carbon to sustain a healthy atmosphere, filtering pollutants to improve our water quality, and absorbing floodwaters to protect our communities. Just 1 acre of wetlands can store over 1 million gallons of water. A symphony of life flourishes in our wetlands, supporting the needs of hundreds of species. Yet these essential ecosystems face threats of loss and degradation. Ducks Unlimited is the leader in wetlands conservation. Join our mission at ducks.org/wetland benefits and ensure these habitats continue to protect, purify, and nurture life for future generations. A public service from Ducks Unlimited.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. On this Monday, our resident celebrity chef, Alicia Chevatone, is kicking off the week with a refreshing blended cold drink to beat the heat. Bring home the taste of that classic Orange Julius store that used to rule the malls.
Hello and welcome back to Alicia at Home. I'm Chef Alicia, cookbook author here in Southern Nevada, and my most recent cookbook, Pop Life, is 80s food reimagined. One of the recipes that did not make it into the cookbook, which arguably is one of the greatest recipes of the 80s, is the Orange Julius. So if you've been to a mall in the 80s, chances are when you were on your way to go buy your favorite album or go to buy some Vans or maybe an OP shirt, you made your way through to Orange Julius, which actually came out in the 1920s but skyrocketed in popularity thanks to Gen X in the 80s, and I'm going to show you how to make it today. It's really not that difficult. It's basically just orange juice concentrate, about 6 ounces, which is about a half a can if you buy a standard can in the grocery store. You are going to add to that quite a bit of sugar. It actually calls for half a cup of sugar. I brought that down to a 1/4 cup of sugar, but be my guest if you really want it authentic. You could probably put in a little bit extra sugar in there. You're going to jump in probably about a teaspoon worth of vanilla. And this is a combination of filtered water and whole milk. So 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of filtered water. We're gonna put this in, and then I'm gonna blend this up just to get everything together, and then I'm gonna add about 1.5 cups of ice. So stay tuned with me as we bring this all together for you to enjoy an Orange Julius at home. And just like that, an Orange Julius that you can enjoy at home. A special shout out to all my friends back in San Jose from Notre Dame High School and Leland High School where my husband went to school. By the way, the next time you're in the mall and you pick up an Orange Julius, make sure to buy a copy of his album, Stiletto, Blame It on Youth, 1987. Gotta love it, guys. Make sure to keep it locked here to News 25 KPVM for your next amazing segment here on Alicia at Home.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And that, of course, is the Lerner & Rowe WeatherCam looking outside of the KPVM TV studios here in Pahrump. And coming up Friday, we have the Pahrump Splash Pad grand opening. And there's always a chance to be splashing around because if you look to the skies, there is some moisture in the air and we could get some chances of showers this week. Forecast is coming up.
Got bills? Need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law. We've been honored to be recognized by Best of Las Vegas and receive the Best Attorney in Pahrump for the past 4 years running. Awards are great, but helping clients get the money they deserve is why we're in business. After you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important not to listen to the insurance companies. Give us a call today, 775-727-9900. With offices in Pahrump, Southwest Vegas, and Summerlin, our team is here ready to fight for you for the money you're entitled to. So give us a call today.
Mom's Diner, the heart of Pahrump, is open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Something fun is always happening here, from the arrival of classic antique cars to watching the diner enjoy a Momstrosity burger. The food is so good, you'll think they stole your mama. Mom's Diner is open daily from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 1242 East State Street, number 100. Dine in or take out. Call 775-751-9929.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hello, hello, Romy here on this majestic Monday. Let's take a look at our surrounding areas. Fernley, we have a high of 98, Fallon at 99, Carson City, Tonopah, Goldfield, we're in the low 90s, Beatty at 100, Amargosa at 105, Las Vegas at 104, and Death Valley with a high of 115. Currently here in Pahrump, it is 101 degrees. The high today was 103. Winds coming from the south at 10 miles per hour, humidity at 20%, and the sunrise was at 5:41 a.m. And tonight, the sunset will be at 7:58 p.m., humidity at 55%, winds coming from the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour, and the low will be 80 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Tuesday, we have a high of 101 with partly cloudy skies. Wednesday, it'll be partly cloudy as well with the high of 104. Thursday, we have a high of 108. Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 108 as well. And Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it'll be a high of 109 with a low of 83 degrees. And that was the weather. Now back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Romy. Well, it looks like it's time for some indoor activities and some big rumors, entertainment news perhaps. The band Rush is reportedly poised to do 16 to 18 shows at the Sphere in 2027, and that has been announced all over the internet, and we'll keep you up to date on that, of course. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. The whole staff, Chris Palermo, News 25, make it a great night.
We learn a lot from our families, like valuable life lessons passed down through the generations. Lessons that build healthy habits and skills